How's everyone doing today? Raise your hand or make some noise if fighting fascism was on the bingo card of your life. For the people who are cheering, what the hell were you expecting out of life? Nobody should have been cheering about that. All right, my name is Pedro, Lira, y'all. I work with the Texas Working Families Party. I'm the Texas State Director. I am here to tell you a little bit about the Working Families Party, but first I wanted to start by telling you a little story about who I am and where I came from. It's relevant to what I want to say today. I like to begin by saying that my grandparents were migrant farm workers. They started in the Brownsville, Matamoros area in South Texas, and they moved through Texas chasing work. A lot of my aunts and uncles actually were born in this little town called Cisco that's just outside of the DFW Metroplex. My grandparents did everything that they could to give their kids a good life. My grandfather was married to my grandmother for more than 50 years. And my mom used to tell me the story about what their struggle was like. And the particular story that stuck to me, or that I remembered most, was the story of them traveling from one job to another and stopping at a gas station and not having enough money to put fuel in the car or to buy groceries for his starving children in the back of the station wagon. And my mom, upset at what was happening and demanding that my grandfather do something to take care of them, walked into the store to call him out on it and witnessed my grandfather trying to give away one of his watches because he didn't have the money to pay for the fuel or the food that was going to feed them. I like to tell this story because it is a uniquely American story. I tell this story because it reminds me of where I came from. My family was working class. And I tell this story because my grandfather was the best man that I have ever known in my life. He taught me how to be the man that I am today. He taught me to be a good man. But he was an immigrant to this country. And in today's America, despite being proud to be a U.S. citizen, despite being one of the most hardworking people I ever met in my life, being the person who taught me to be a hard worker and to love this country, today in America, he would not be welcome. Today in America, they would tell him to get the hell out. My grandfather represents the best of what this country has to offer, and the United States does not want him. Now, I like to tell this story because as I was growing up, I felt a big responsibility to take my family a little bit further than what my mom or my grandparents were able to do for us. I was the first person in my family to try to go to college and to get a degree. But because I didn't have the kind of support, financial or otherwise, I struggled. I actually had to drop out of college when I was 20 years old, become financially stable before I was able to go back and get my degree at the age of 27. Now, I tell this story because it was not my plan to become a political person. There were things that I wanted to do with my life. And my grandparents taught me that as long as you worked hard in this country, you could accomplish anything that you set your mind to. But my experiences in college taught me that that's not true. There maybe was a time when this was the land of opportunity and anyone could accomplish anything in this country, but the Epstein class of the United States has made sure that that is not a reality for all of us anymore. I did not become a political person because that's what I wanted to do with my life. I became a political person because my survival and the survival of the people that I love depended on it. I know that some of you have seen some rumbling online. I saw it before I came here today. People who are saying that they're sick of protesting, that it never accomplishes anything, who are poo-pooing on the idea of coming out here and being out here today. And I am here to tell you, as someone who focuses specifically on elections, that being here is incredibly important. Every moment that we spend out here is a particular moment when we might inspire someone else to take action. It is important to be here. I'm glad that you're here. I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak to all of you. But I also want to tell you that this is only the first step and only one piece of the work that we need to do. I'm not going to lie to you. We have a hard road ahead of us. More will be demanded of us in the next few years than has been demanded of many of the generations that have come before us. We have a hard road ahead of us, but we can win. The Working Families Party is an independent political party that is working to build a new center of gravity for the multiracial working class. The two-party system has failed us, it doesn't work anymore, and our new political party will make sure that people who have lived our lives and who know the hard decisions that we have to make every day are taken into consideration when policy is crafted. Now I want to leave with this message because I know my time is running out. Make some noise if you know who Taylor Remmett is. Taylor Remmett won a special election in Senate District 9 over in Tarrant County. That was a Trump plus 17 district that had not been held by a Democrat since 1991. The Working Families Party was a major part of that victory. We helped Taylor Remmett win that race. If you are interested in real change, in an agenda that actually serves working class people, the Working Families Party is where we are building it. My name is Pedro Lira. We are at a table over here in this corner. If you are interested in learning more about what the Working Families Party does, anything from getting the right people elected to being prepared to run for office yourself, we are the party of the working class that will help you do it, and we invite you to join the Working Families Party. Thank you. I was reminded to say my name one last time. It's Pedro Lira with the Texas Working Families Party.